I'm so excited to see you tonight.
First date, baby. First date, I can't wait. First date.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fabulous episode of First Date. My guest today has a brand new special out on Netflix called Big Guy, and you can buy tickets to see her live at Feinstein.com. Did I say it right? Feinstein.
It's Rachel-Feinstein.com.
Feinstein.
Or you can go on my Punch Up Live page, which is, it's just go to punchuplive.com and it's reach and just search me. They have other comic states on there too.
I got trolled so hard on your name, dude.
Really?
I went live last night on my Patreon account, and where I have people like submit questions for me to ask you.
Oh,
and
cool.
everyone said it was Feinstein with like 4 E's. They're like, that's how you pronounce it. And I was like, I don't think so. And they were like, no, it is. Trust us. And so I feel like I got trolled.
No, fuck them. You know what it probably is? This is really ridiculous. But one time somebody said Feinstein in an interview, and I just repeated it back to them, like, because I didn't want to make them feel bad about saying it wrong. So then I said it back the wrong way. Isn't that insane? That's insane.
It is insane.
But I just I don't care that much. I feel like whatever. I'm not one of those people that it's like Feinstein. Who cares? It's not a hot name either. It's like if it was like, it's like if your name's like Normal Weintraub, which I feel like Rachel Feinstein is the equivalent of that. It's like whatever. Who cares? Traub, Trib. I don't know. I'm not going to be in porn. That I know for sure. Yeah.
There's still time.
It's not a sexy name. You can say it any way you like.
Okay.
Fuck them haters.
Fuck them. Anyway, love you guys. Please stay subscribed.
Yes. I love you too.
Okay, so speaking of them, some of these questions are from these massive trolls.
I only mean the ones that scolded you. The rest of you guys, I want to marry you. And you can, please feel that you're all collectively inside of me during this.
This is the best gangbang they've ever had.
I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, you guys. Somebody should definitely cut off my mic.
We're going to start off with some appetizer questions. Do you believe in soulmates?
Maybe like a collection of 4 or 5 people that could deal with my nonsense.
Yeah. Have you ever been friend zoned?
Oh, yes.
Really?
Always. Yeah.
What do you mean always?
I'm a comedian. Nobody wants it's not a lot of, from obviously when you're absurdly hot, it's a different story. I keep trying to find a way to relate. And I'm like, no, that has not happened to you. But I feel like, there's a lot of like male comic or people in, I don't even know about stand-ups, but just like people that I've known through this kind of work, like a producer kind of person, like I don't want to say names here. That's what I'm trying to avoid, keeping it kind of vague. But that I've had crushes on, and they've sort of reaffirmed my place in their life, which is that, speaking of being inside, they don't have any desire to be inside me. Yeah, that's definitely been gently shown to me.
Well, I've been with my boyfriend for like 2 years, and I asked him the other day to rate me on a scale of 1 to 10. And without skipping a beat, he was like 7.3.
I've gotten a 7 many a time. So you're a fucking 10. If I'm a 7, I'll tell you right now, you're an 11.
I was like, what am I doing that like I'm not a 10? And he was like, like sometimes your personality sucks.
He said that?
Yeah.
That's insane.
What's insane is that I stayed in the relationship.
Oh, please. I've been with people. First of all, my husband, half of the special is about how he can't compliment. I'll be like, do I look okay? And he goes, there you go. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
That's not an acceptable phrase. I'll be like, do I look okay? He goes, there you go.
Yeah, you also don't ever want a guy to tell you that you look okay. You want a guy to be like, you look great.
Yes.
You know?
My husband will never say that. I'll be like, do I look okay? And he always goes, he either goes, there you go, or he goes, are you comfortable? I'm like, I didn't ask that question. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he does not. He cannot compliment. He is emotionally pretty worthless. He's fine. He's a good hang, but no, he doesn't like fulfill any like desires I have to feel. No.
How long have you been married?
We've been married since 2018. Yeah.
Okay.
So did you point that out to him? Like when you said that to him, did he address the fact? Did he agree that that was an unacceptable thing to say?
He still sticks to that to this day. It's okay. I think it's like how you accept your last name as like Feinstein to other people. I just accept that I'm mid now. So anytime that someone's like, whenever I see myself in the mirror, I'm like, It's probably a 7-3 today.
Don't you think that he's just like nagging you because he's afraid you're going to leave him?
No, I think he knows I'm never gonna leave. I'm so clingy. We went over that. I go over this all the time. I'm unfortunately clingy to a fault. I'm never gonna leave. It's okay. He could tell. He could.
I'm not a leaver either.
5.
I stick around. I put up with insane kinds of scenes, all manner of nonsense.
Behavior issues. I'm here for it.
Me too.
When you first start dating someone, do you think that there's a certain kind of game you have to play to catch someone?
I do a little bit, but you know, most of the time they're going to find out who I am anyway. You know, they could look me up on YouTube and find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think in the beginning I tried for a certain amount of time when I first started dating, but you know, once they can Google you and know that you're, you know, disgusting generally. Yeah. I can only fake it so much.
What is the best way to break the ice on a first date?
What I always do is I'm not sure that I should recommend this, but what I like to do something fun and silly soon because then I can see if the guy's going to be a good hang or not. Because like, for example, like the first time I met my husband, we were in a bar and this guy kept getting kicked out of the bar and he just kept coming back in again like, yeah. And that's always funny to me, like those old 80s tropes where like somebody's told to leave somewhere and then they're like, guess who? Different top. That always makes me laugh. So I kept joking with him that was his dad and then he wanted to reestablish a relationship with him, you know, post incarceration. And he like right away just was down for that. He's not like, you know, he's a fireman. He's not like a, you know, comedian.
Yeah.
But I could tell, but I feel like if somebody's down for that kind of nonsense, then I'm like, they'll be fun. Then we'll get along.
Yeah.
You know? Like the first time we went to like a store together, like we hadn't been together that long. It was like our first trip and we went like did some light shopping and we were in the store and I asked if he would pick my arm up like this, like and take me out like I was in trouble. And he right away knew what he was supposed to do. He's like, yeah, I got it. I'll take it from here. And I was like, I don't want to go. I want to stay in this store. And he was like, no, you're never leaving. And that's that. And I was like, no, but my kids want to stay here. And he just like got the skit. And if somebody's just down for some sort of foolishness like that, I'm like, oh, we'll get along. Yeah, because I like just all manner of nonsense. And he was up for nonsense.
Yeah. Well, that's important when someone can play with you on your level.
Yeah, right? Do you feel like your boyfriend's playful? Is he silly like that? Like,
yeah, but in like different ways. Like, I feel like he's the kind of guy that will keep me on my toes, calling me a 7.3. You know, like he plays with me in like other ways where I'm always just like dumbfounded, and I'm just like, oh my gosh.
I have to say, like that should be. I mean, it is shocking because you're saying it, but I've also asked guys that question and I've never had any of them say 10. You know, like just lie to my face.
Yeah.
I've also asked, like, I've been like, how did I rate like sexually? And nobody's ever been able to look me in the eyes and say I was the best they've ever had. Like they couldn't maintain eye contact and stay with that lie. They're like, well, you're zany.
Zany?
You're fun. They gave me a compliment that had nothing to do with sex. They're like, well, you're a good hang on the grill or something. No,
Jesus.
It's unacceptable. Yeah. Everybody knows. I don't bring a lot to the table sexually. I do. I kind of phone it in.
What do you think is the best gift a guy could give a girl?
Best gift. Jewelry. I like jewelry. I'm pretty traditional like that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I feel like you can have a collection of jewelry.
Yes.
You know?
I love jewelry.
You can't have too many bracelets.
Have you gotten a lot of jewelry in your life?
I have.
Yes. I have not gotten a lot of jewelry.
Have you told men that that's what you like to receive?
Yes. Yeah. I've told my husband. He's, I have a joke about it in the special. I mean, he got me, I don't talk about this in the special, but he gave me a $50 Amazon gift card for my birthday.
Stop, dude.
Yeah, no, he's just worthless with gifts. Yeah, he doesn't really know how
And
to
what
do
did you
it.
buy with
Or
that
he'll get me
$50?
something from Costco, like a bangle from Costco or something.
Yeah.
He knows what I'm worth, actually, the more I think about it. I'm worth a bangle from Costco. Just a dumb whole bracelet, you know, like just not even two, not even a set.
Yeah.
But no, I have not gotten a lot of jewelry, but that's what I'd like to get. Yeah, that's a good gift.
Well, I haven't always gotten like nice jewelry. Like I've had to be with someone for a while to get nice jewelry. The other people that I've been with have gotten me things like a coffee mug at Christmas. I was with a guy for a year and he got me a coffee mug that was made from a model that he met on Instagram.
Can you explain that a little more?
Dude, it was Christmas. I was with this guy for a year and he loved coffee, loved coffee. And he was a very granola kind of guy. He was like earthy and surfer and all this stuff. So for Christmas, I bought him like a really expensive coffee maker.
Oh, that's nice.
Like
gift.
a Breville.
Yeah, that's a very thoughtful gift. Yeah.
And then for Christmas, he gave me a coffee mug. So I feel like we should have. It should have been like
the dumbest gift,
dude. And there was no handle on it. It was like you had to hold it like this. So when it got hot, you just burned your hand or you left it there.
Oh my god!
And so not only was it absolutely stupidly designed, but he then told me that he was so excited to give me this gift because he found it through a model on Instagram that he went and met up with. And then
oh my god.
And then she showed him all of the pottery. And then he also bought an incense holder that I could also have. And I then looked at this girl's Instagram and she was like a 10.
Right.
And I'm just like,
and she was just making pottery all day?
Just being a Victoria's Secret model and making pottery and meeting random men off of fucking Instagram. This dumb ass dude. Like we broke up very
deep
moron.
After.
Yes,
yeah.
So stupid.
That is
so it hasn't always been jewelry for me.
I have also gotten once, probably one of the dumbest gifts I've ever received. My friend would buy weed from this guy. He came over, we started dating, and he came over to our house to see me and sell her some weed. And by the way, this is how he courted me, and I still stayed with him. This is like, I was not in a good place. He brought over a duffel bag when he came over, and he's like, hey, can we talk for a second? And he brought me into like the side bedroom. I had a crush on him, so I thought, I was like, it's happening. It's real. Like I was excited when he brought me into the bedroom, by the way, in our own apartment. He's like, can we speak in the back here? You know, I was like, oh yes, stick it in. So we go back there and he has a large duffel bag and he just opens the duffel bag, unzips it and just shakes out like this, just a lot of rose petals, like just a hostile amount of rose petals. Isn't that the dumbest? It was one of the dumbest moments of my life, just watching him do that. And like that to him, he thought he was courting me. He brought in this ugly, like green, just like military man bag. And he's like, here, that'll do the trick. I should be fingering her in no time. And I just sat on this bed. I've never felt as profoundly lonely and excited at the same time. Because I was like glad he liked me, but I knew that he was just, I mean, a guy that does this, you're going to be alone forever, even if you're with him.
Yeah.
The guy that thinks this is a good idea.
He thought that was probably very romantic. Mm-hmm. Not bad for a drug dealer.
1 in 5 Americans have learn a new language on their bucket list. If that's you, make 2024 the year you finally check it off the list with Babbel. Be a better you this year with Babbel, the science-backed language learning app that actually works. Don't pay hundreds of dollars for private tutors or waste hours on apps that don't really help you speak the language. Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons are handcrafted by over 200 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. Babbel's tips and tools are approachable, accessible, rooted in real-life situations, and delivered with conversation-based teaching, so you're ready to practice what you've learned in the real world. I like to use Babbel when I travel outside of the country for key phrases, and they help me communicate and get around. Here's a special, limited-time deal for our listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/firstdate. Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/firstdate, spelled BABBEL.com/firstdate. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Let's get into our main course questions. If you were going to plan a date night, would you rather dress up or be casual?
I like dressing up. Yeah.
Yeah?
I like to dress up. Yeah. I wear dresses in my specials. I've never been. I feel like when I do that effortless look, it's not good. Yeah. No. Like I could try to pull off that like lazy pony. I always just look like I'm fleeing something when I try to look casual. Yeah. I look like I'm running away from something.
Yeah.
No, I like dressing up. I like wearing dresses and heel. I was never like that female comic that wanted to like dress like a Beastie Boy or anything. No.
Yeah.
I like dressing up. How about you?
Same.
Yeah, it's fun.
100%.
I enjoy being a woman. I like wish I could be a woman in so many different eras. I'm like, oh, I want to have 40s dresses. I love all of it.
Yeah. I feel like that's a good time for Halloween. Like, but for Halloween, sometimes I'm usually a man. I don't know why. Like I was like Charlie Chaplin one year. I was just like, this is a great way for me to not have to talk to anybody.
That is kind of good. Yeah. It's like a break from being looked at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just walked around with a cane and like a little suit and a top hat and a little Hitler mustache. It really worked for me.
I understand that. I feel like if I was like the kind of hot where like it would be exhausting where everybody's staring at me, I feel like I would wear more disguises. I'd wear like more because it's got to be annoying. Men are just like coming everywhere and like slipping and falling and shit. No, yeah, I would dress like I was going for a bank robbery every day.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah, give yourself a break. Give yourself a night off. Also, I feel like Halloween, you look cooler if you don't try too hard on that day.
Totally.
Yeah.
There's nothing I love more than just seeing like all the lingerie that comes out on Halloween. I mean,
it's too basic. Like that's a night to take off from your whoring.
Yeah.
And I come from a long line of whores. But I say that's the night where it's like
chill out.
Play it cool tonight.
Chill out. Be a man.
Yeah, your stock goes up if you don't try too hard on Halloween, if you're not all greased and whoring on Halloween.
Have you ever cried on a date?
Yes, actually. I don't know. It wasn't a date. It was like a hookup.
Even worse.
It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. My brother's friend in high school had a crush on me, and I shouldn't say had a crush on me. He came home violently drunk and probably just like wanted to be with any woman. He probably couldn't even see. It was just like a smear. That's probably all he saw. But he came into my room, was like, hey, or something. I was like 16, and he like was like, can we talk for a second? And sort of tried to hit on me and hook up. And then I wasn't really crying, but at the time, I think I was 15 or 16. This is so dark. I had seen on a soap opera I liked, like a woman crying. And I thought that was cool. So I was like, here's how I'll get him more intrigued by me. I'll pretend like I'm sad about something that like happened to me.
You'll be the damsel in distress.
Yeah, it's really dark. But I used to watch this soap opera. This will date me, but it's okay. I'm in the winter of my life. I watched this soap opera, Santa Barbara, growing up. And there was a character that was like accosted or something, and she had this hot like Latin husband, Cruz, and he would always like save her and come visit in her little recovery bed and like kind of wipe her down a lot. It seems like a really relaxing life, honestly. And she would weep and he would think it was attractive. So I think I thought like, oh, I'll try this little move out on him, and he was like immediately disgusted and annoyed. Yeah.
And then he left.
Yeah, and then he just like left, which by the way, all of this probably saved me from something I would have actively regretted.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was just a drunken smear. He wasn't going to remember it. Like, either way, I would have been let down eventually. He just wanted to be inside something female at that hour. It's probably good that I pretended to weep and totally grossed him out. He's like, I don't deal with this shit right now. He just like burped and went to sleep.
Oh my God. Has a guy ever tried to like out funny you on a date?
Yeah, that's always a bummer when they start out and like.
It's too much.
It's too much, right?
What do you do when that happens? Do you just.
I laugh a lot. I pretend to laugh. Yeah.
You go with it?
I don't like tell him he sucks, Like I feel like I need to pretend they're funny. Yeah, that's what I do, honestly. I'm just like, you should be we should switch and then the world would be happy. But I feel like most bad dates, you're going to be lonely the entire time. It's just like an aching level of just like, no, they don't know. I mean, if one person in that situation, like I think because I'm being fake, he probably thinks it's going great. But I just don't want to like blow up his spot,
Yeah. He must be so confused. Like guys that do that must feel so confused when they go home and then they just never see you again. They're like, but I thought she thought.
But here's what I think about that. Like, I feel like on a first date, just be nice to each other. If you don't want to see each other again, blow the person off. Like, to me, that's not ghosting. Ghosting is when you have had a relationship with somebody and you
Disappear.
and you disappear, which is fucked up. And to me, one date, I don't need a guy to detail the reasons he's not attracted to me. Like, beat it. What am I, from the fucking 20s? Burn the road up, fella. Yeah. And that's kind of how I feel. Like, I'm going to be nice. I'll laugh at your jokes and then it'll be a wrap. I don't need to.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. That's how I see it.
What's the biggest turn on for you?
I like a dude. I'm very like, I don't like a skinny guy. I like a thick thigh. Even if I'll see a thigh that's thick, I'm like,
A man.
Yes, I like a guy, just like dusty from work and thick. I don't like skinny. I don't want some kind of ironic little, I mess my hair up and spritz it that way kind of. I don't want a stylized man. I want a man where you don't remember what he's wearing. If I remember what a guy's wearing, it was a problem. I don't want a guy to take like a sassy risk or wear some sort of blouse or something. It's disgusting. Nothing grosses me out more than like a man who like I used to have a bit about this, just like chooses some necklaces for his day. Like, what'll it be today? It's disgusting. Yeah. I remember dating a guy and he wore like some kind of like, he took like some sort of sassy risk. It was like the third date. And I was like, oh.
No.
Yeah. He wore, it was kind of like a bodysuit. I've repressed it to some degree, but like, it was like some kind of tight, shiny bodysuit. And I was just like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
And then he was wearing these pointy boat shoes. Like, he looked like a captain. I'm like, I don't want these buckled shoes. I don't want to feel like I'm in trouble all of a sudden. Like you're an evil captain principal. I want a man to just be wearing a few plain things.
Yeah.
Yeah. A guy's outfit should not be a series of like fun risks. It's disgusting. Don't you guys agree with me? I don't know if I'm allowed to talk to you. I haven't learned the rules of things here. I just ask for snacks too much. I don't know.
It's so great. I totally agree.
Yeah. Dude, period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me do the dressing up.
Yeah. And you could be a little dumb. I'd prefer it, honestly. Yeah.
We both need to not be good at math.
Yes.
What is the best way to show a man you love him?
I have to think about that. Can you tell me? I don't know.
I think
What do they
blowjobs
want?
work.
That's fair. Yes, of course.
Or dinner.
No, my aunt said the same thing.
If I cook,
Yeah.
I
At
think
the end of
that-
the day, just a nice long-winded blowjob. From the person that speaks like that.
Yeah, the voice and the way you look at me when you say that makes me feel like you mean it.
I do feel like different guys are different though. So like Pete, like my husband, like, you know how they have that languages of love thing? Like he's all acts of service. Like if he wants me to empty the dishwasher.
Yeah.
He's like a practical, like, he wants me to run errands for him. I'm not saying I'm not saying he's not into blowjobs, but I'm just saying he'd prefer if I like picked up his dry cleaning or something first.
Yeah, I dated a guy that wasn't into blowjobs, and it gave me the biggest complex ever because I was like, because he told me that he wasn't into blowjobs after I had given him a blowjob.
Yeah, that's not the moment you
So it
strike
made
up
me
that conversation.
like I wasn't good at it, and I was like, wait, let me practice. And he was like, no, I don't like blowjobs, and I was like, oh my God. And it really fucked me up.
Yeah, that's insane. The comments, I'm just going to leave that so still because the comments are just going to fill up for
They'll
that
accumulate.
one. Yeah, I'll let the comments do the
We'll
work
let the guys give their opinion on that one.
Yeah, that's insane that he said that to you.
Have you ever gotten
Afterwards.
a Brazilian wax?
I have.
Do you like them?
Very painful. I just shave everything. I can't.
Yeah.
No. It was excruciating.
I did it only once too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's what that feels like, and
Oh.
we don't need to revisit that.
No.
Yeah. Have you ever dated multiple people at the same time?
No. I always wanted to be one of those people that could date like they do on TV. Like, oh, I saw Sharon last night and I'll see Kelly on Tuesday. No, like, what would it feel like that to have, to date like we don't have too many feelings about it? No.
Yeah.
I'm either in or I'm out. And when I'm in, I'm like, kind of like you were saying, my heart's racing. I'm like, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. What do you think a man should smell like?
I don't mind cologne, but it's not necessary as long as it's not too much. Just like I said, like just some sort of work, I also don't like a lot of landscaping with men. Like, I don't want you to do too much like over shaving and tinkering. Yeah, just like whatever happened to you that day. That's what he should smell like. I'm realizing as I'm saying these things how dumb they are. I didn't know before I said them.
It's okay. They're not dumb, and it is true. I mean, you
Thank
like a guy to smell like he's been doing things.
Yeah,
and
just
look
a normal,
like a normal guy.
Very much.
Yeah. I get
Working
it.
class. That's my type.
Have you ever had a bedroom disaster?
But what do you mean by disaster?
Like something went horribly wrong?
Like in the sex?
Yeah.
No, I think, but not that it went that right. I just think it all falls under the umbrella of underwhelming. Like, not that many wacky things are happening that there could be a big slip up. Yeah.
Have you ever had a threesome?
Like when you said that, I just pictured like some sort of acrobatic, like, yeah, like that means if there's like big mishaps in the bedroom like that, like if something wild happens, I feel like you have to be really good in the first place for that. It has to be a lot going on.
Yeah.
Like what have you had happen like that? It's interesting.
I would say that like being told that the guy doesn't want a blowjob ever again is pretty disastrous. That was a blow to my ego.
Yeah, that's just his shit. That has nothing to do with you. All of these things you've told me men have told you seem to have very little to do with you.
I can't think of like any crazy disaster either. I'm like,
yeah. For some reason, I pictured just like somebody hitting the wall, like you're in the middle of a threesome, and like somebody's wig fell off or something.
Right. I was wondering if like something like that was gonna come up. These questions are meant to stir the pot.
They're exciting. I like them. No, yeah. Not too many crazy things. No.
Yeah. What's an appropriate age gap for dating?
My husband is like 2 years younger than me, which he loves to just remind me all the time. He's like, seeing an older woman just works for it. Like he always just has to run over it again and again. But for me, I think like between a few years of each other, like, like I'd say around 7 is a solid cap for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I usually would prefer the guy's older. In this case, he's not, but yeah.
Yeah. My boyfriend's also younger than me, but only by 6 months. And he's the same way.
He like
always
lets you know.
tells me that I'm the older woman. And I'm like, well, I didn't know you were into cougars already. You're a child. If you could have a secret sex dungeon with a quirky theme, what would the theme be?
Ooh, I would say costumes. I do like a costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I've
fun.
never done full role play because it always just seems like, I don't know, how do you even get that started? But I wouldn't mind a costume. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, if you like to be taken out of a grocery store, and pretend like that's kind of like role playing,
Another thing I'll do is I'll have him like order for me. I'd be like, you order, like, this is so dumb, but I'd be like, you order the pasta. I really want like a chicken Caesar, but you order the pasta. Or I'm sorry, here's the game. I'm getting the rules wrong. So I'm going to order a pasta. This is what I say to my husband. I'll be like, one of our first dates. And then you interrupt me and be like, she's going to have the chicken Caesar tonight. And it's always funny to me. Always funny. We were out at a restaurant and I was like, you know what I'd really like? And he's like, whoa. And then he's like, I think tonight we'll do. He said, will do. By the way, I was so impressed with that word choice. He's like, we'll do a chicken Caesar for her. That'll be we're setting some limits. Always funny to me. And then just the waiter just looking at him like, also, I feel like everybody wins there because now this girl has a story. Like, she's just like, it's fun to hate someone. She's like, this pig.
Yeah.
She's going to be nicer to her own boyfriend that night, Everybody wins. She has a story to tell her friend. Like, you're not going to believe what happened today at the old restaurant. Fun all around.
I can't wait to play that game.
It's fun. It's very fun.
I never even thought about that.
I get really into it. Sometimes I'll tuck the napkin in, like I'm really just licking my chops. I told him to take the napkin out once, but he couldn't. He just kept trying to laugh. I was like, when she comes over, be like, no, and then just take it right out. Let me know. Not tonight. Mm-mm.
Do you have any pet peeves on a first date or on a date when you're out? Is there anything that drives you nuts?
So many things. I went on a date and I'm not kidding with you. The entire time he just complained about his ex Diane. he was just furious at her. I remember he was like pumping his legs. He was tiny, but he was kind of pumping his legs like he was just like he was on a swing, just getting angry at Diane all over again. I really talked him through his divorce and the issues that he had left over. Let me tell you, Diane sounded like a real cunt, but he's like, and I'll tell you another thing she did. And it was just, yeah, I mean, come on.
You know what mine is?
What is yours?
When people lick their fingers at a nice restaurant.
Oh.
I've seen it.
That's
It's happened.
insane.
And they're just like, at a restaurant, I'm like, oh,
that is so dumb. I've
my
never seen anything like
God.
it. Yeah, that's a hog. That guy needs to be put down like a dog.
use your napkin.
Use your napkin, you
You
moron.
know, and it's like,
Yeah.
what do you want to keep it white? Does it need to stay freshly clean? But it's like people that do that don't know. Like my mom the other day came to town to visit me, and I took her to a Mexican restaurant, and she went to get something and it fell on her finger, like in her ring. And she went like this to like lick it from the ring. And I literally grabbed her wrist and I was like, don't you dare do that. We are not doing that as a family. We are not licking our fingers. Use your napkin. And my mom was so shocked because she's a pretty proper person. So for her to do something like that also just shook me. I was like, I come from someone who would think to do that. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
That's not good.
No.
I've eaten off my shirt before though, but I was at home.
I feel like if you're at home and we're having chicken wings, lick.
I find food on myself all the time, just like a last lap of snacks for the day. But if you're at home, that's different. But I've definitely found something like on a tit and been like, why not?
Yeah.
Gifted myself with it straight off my own can. But yeah, that's crazy that he was like licking his dumb fingers. I'm a moron. Go ahead.
Okay, so my dessert question. What is the most romantic thing your husband has ever done? I also want to know how he proposed. If you could tell me how he proposed and then the most romantic thing he's ever done.
Most romantic, I'm gonna have to comb through a long log of memories because he is not romantic. The way he proposed, okay, so I knew he was gonna propose because my friend told me he was gonna propose that night. She knew that I would care, like I would want to look good for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So and we were set up. She's another comedian, also married to a firefighter. So she called me up and she was like, tonight's the night or whatever. So I knew it was going to happen. So she's like, get a manicure, She knew I wouldn't want to be busted.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I appreciated the heads up. But
Yeah.
So we went to this little restaurant and then I don't think he expected it to be so packed in the restaurant. So it was like a Tuesday at this restaurant on like near the Comedy Cellar on McDougal and called Monty's. And he came in with this big, dumb, puffy coat. And everybody just like stopped and watched him because he was probably nervous and red.
Yeah.
And then he right away, I think he kept his dumb coat on. Like he had like a North Face on. And he got down on one knee and everybody was like, who's this weird guy in a black North Face? Like, what is he doing? Like this bright red man. Like they probably thought it was the beginning of like an active shooting or something. Like, he had a very strange expression. And I felt bad for him because he didn't expect it to be that packed on a Tuesday. And it was like a tiny restaurant. And it was in New York where people are loud and fucking annoying and intrusive and in your business. So he gets down with his North Face jacket and he takes out the ring and he's like, you've made me a happy man. And then this lady goes, it's a proposal. He's going to propose. This pig. She's like, it's a proposal. And then everybody's like, okay, he's proposing, And then he goes, you made me a happy man. Will you make me a happy husband? It was nice and simple. Very much like him. But it was sweet. He opens the ring. I plucked it out before I waited to put it on. I didn't even realize that. He told me that later. I was like, he's like, yeah, you took it out of the box. And I'm like, ugh, disgusting.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
I think they're supposed to put it on your hand. I don't know. Could somebody tell us? Let's go to a caller. Could somebody tell us?
I feel like if
I
someone...
thought they were supposed to put it on your hand. Do you guys know?
Yeah, a bunch of unmarried guys in here.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like I would do the same thing, though. I'd be like, oh my God.
Okay, you're making me feel much better about this.
That's what I would do.
He teased me about it later. He's like, then you took it. You got greedy. He said, you got greedy. I'm like,
was
it was mine,
yours.
bitch. Yeah. He's like, you got a little greedy there. Like, yeah, fuck him, actually. So I took it. I plopped it on my hand. And then this lady was like, some other lady in the restaurant was like, what's your name? Are you on Facebook? And then I was like, Rachel Feinstein. And then somebody goes, oh, what's his name? And then I was like, he said, Peter Brennan. She goes, is he Jewish? And I was like, no. And then I go, but he's a fireman. And this woman goes, oh, thank you for your service. And they all kind of
What
like.
is this, a nursing home?
It was
What is
very
going
strange.
on?
That's a good follow-up question. There was a lot of old bitches in there. It's good restaurant. I mean, it's good restaurant.
It's like a Luby's cafeteria situation.
Luby's cafeteria. It was. There was a lot of like nosy. But one lady did say to me, she was very nice, but this is an insane thing to interrupt a proposal for. She said, remind me, I have to give you a lemon chicken recipe that saved my marriage. Also, what was happening in your marriage that you needed a lemon chicken recipe to save it in the first place? She's like, oh, remind me, I got to give you my lemon chicken.
That's to cover up the
marriage.
anthrax.
So then, she like tagged me like on Facebook the next day, like some pictures she took. It was like we kind of just became friends with the whole restaurant then. And then later she did send me that lemon chicken recipe. And years later, I was on this TV show. It's like a British TV show about lying. I can't remember what it's called, like Lie Detector or something. It was like the American version. Basically, you tell 2 true stories and 1 lie, and the contestants have to guess whether you're lying. And one of my stories, and then the person from the real story is in the audience, and they like stand up.
Yeah.
So my story was, somebody interrupted my proposal to give me a lemon chicken recipe that saved her marriage. And everybody thought it was a lie. They're like, yeah, right, bitch. Who would do that? And then I brought the woman back. I messaged her on Facebook and I was like, do you mind being on this weird show? And she was like, I can't wait. She was like all excited. And then she stood up and then they I think they ran the lemon chicken recipe in the credits.
Stop.
Yeah, it was pretty cute.
That was
a
awesome.
proposal. It was it was very New York. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I love that it was so memorable. That's great. That's such a good story.
Thank you. It was pretty cool. He also was engaged before me.
Oh, really?
And so all his friends kept calling him Slippery Pete. They're like, it's anyone's guess whether he'll make it down the aisle.
No!
Old Slippery Pete. So I was still a little on edge. I'm like, is it going to happen? Because I think he bailed the last time. But
he bailed.
I think it was like kind of like a mix of but it didn't work out. They called him, I'm sure it was his fault, but they called him Slippery Pete. But he did make it down. But I was like a little on edge till the very end. I'm like, okay. All right.
We made it.
We made
here.
it. We're going to lock it in.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Man, thanks for coming on my show. This has been
Thank you.
so
It was
fun.
so fun. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah. Where can people find you?
Rachel Feinstein _ is my Instagram. Big Guy is my special, which is streaming now on Netflix. And you can get my dates on the road at rachel-feinstein.com.
Amazing. Yeah, cool. Guys, make sure to check out her special. See her live and in person. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
First date, baby.
Are you really drinking a glass of milk with dinner?
First date, I can't wait.
You told your mom about me?
Just say you're ready.
Delete my number.